Good evening, board members. How are you? My name is Dresselhouse. I'm here to provide you an update on the quarterly activity for the 2020 bond program. See if I can get this computer to work correctly, which I cannot. Oh, there we go. The presentation overview, I'll be providing you on the update. This is just a high level. Nothing new that you haven't already seen too much with respect to the report. Be talking about the finances and the current bond schedule, the Series 1, the Series 2, Series 1 being construction cost updates, contingency spend, see where we're at with that, construction progress that is currently taking place at both North and South Middle Schools, Conant and Way Elementaries. And then we're going to talk a little bit about the design process, the Phase 1 and Phase 2 for the interior scope of work. Next slide, please. Yeah. We'll go that way. Right there. Okay, thank you. Okay, so the finance and bond schedule updates. So, as many of you know, this is just a quick recap. The bond proposal successfully was approved by the district residents August of 2020. The multi-series bond insurance totaling approximately $200,155,000. Series 1 being sold in 2020 for $94,045,000. Series 2A, $20 million, which was sold in 2022. And looking forward to Series 2B, which is roughly $86,110,000, anticipated to be sold in 2023. Again, the amounts of funds issued for Series 1 and 2A are totaling approximately $114 million. For a quick schedule update and so forth, Series 1 and 2A work through 2020 and 2023 consisted of design and construction improvements at North Hills and South Hills Middle Schools, design and construction additions and improvements at both Conant and Way Elementary Schools, interior renovations at the elementary schools, Conant, Eastover, Lone Pine, Way Elementary, and then piloting projects for both the technology and furniture ongoing currently. Again, all of this activity currently is hovering around $114 million. Quick summary on the construction finances currently spent to date and forecast. As far as the professional fees and soft costs are going right now, we have forecasted about $82 million in district-wide professional and soft cost fees. Current committed is around $35 million. And to date, and again, let me remind everyone, this is only through quarter 2, as we are now knee-deep in quarter 3. And we are approximately spending about another $5 million every month, just as a reminder. The Series 1 construction, we are currently forecasting right at budget there of $90,868,559. Today, we have committed approximately $80 million worth of work, and we are still on track to meet our complacency here of $114 million as we begin into our next phasing of work. Talk a minute here about contingency and where we're at. Lots of good news here. And again, what we're looking at here on this slide is the overall contingency for the project, just to highlight. In the construction contingency and cost escalation, we had about $18 million budgeted, slated, and we have spent through quarter 2 roughly $2.6 million of that. I can tell you now through quarter 3, as we are pushing, that we're up to about 3.5, so we're still tracking well within our means. But as the construction is rapidly accelerating here, those things do catch up quickly. We have not spent any money in the FF&E contingency, furniture, fixtures, and equipment. Technology contingency has not been touched, and neither has the owner's contingency. So overall, I think we're sitting pretty well through quarter 2 and going into quarter 3. This is just a quick mapping of the construction contingency only, budget versus projected versus actual. The blue line indicates the projected construction contingency of roughly $18 million. The black is just kind of more or less a industry standard as a discourse of the project and how much they would typically be spending at this time, around 75%. And then the last one, the gray, is actually what we have spent to date, again, through quarter two of $2.6 million. So we are projected to be under on our contingency spend at this time. Next slide here is at North Hills, quick update. The total program costs are around $55.2 million. Just wanted to highlight a few construction activities. I know most of you have been out on a tour with me over, I think it was a month or so ago, but the shell and steel is substantially complete. Interior painting continues on the doors, frames, and walls. The glass glazing frames are all being installed. Concrete is being poured for the pool deck. If you haven't seen that, it's pretty impressive. Sometime next week. The mechanical systems are being installed currently. Ceiling grid lights are all being dropped in place. Exterior brick facade is being finished up and is almost completed. And then we are still tracking for a completion in late July of 2023, slightly ahead of schedule.
2023.
South Hills Middle School. First, just a special congrats to Randy, Jake, and his team. They were working hand in hand with our construction team to get the school back and ready for opening day. I think it was a huge success, so special thanks to them for working with our group hand in hand. The middle school program cost roughly around $38.9 million. Some quick construction updates that are currently taking place. Obviously, all the interior spaces have now been turned back over to the school for use. Punch list items are being generated and ready to start being corrected for deficiencies within the construction. Mechanical room equipment is currently being installed and finalized. Sanitary system and piping out in front of the building is currently ongoing. I know it's a little bit of a mess out there right now. That should be closed up here soon. The block wall and brick facade for the addition in the back is nearing completion. Steel and deck will be going in place shortly. Conant Elementary School. We are knee-deep in that right now, spending roughly $16.7 million in total program costs at the school. If you have not seen the back, the building is tracking really ahead of schedule. The brick facade is being installed. On the addition, the concrete floor for the additional space is scheduled to be poured next week as well. Steel decking and joisting is currently in place, and the lower roof areas are coming to a close. Foundations are starting in the addition of the front for the school here shortly within the next few weeks. Moving over to Way. Way, we are currently spending $12.4 million in total program costs there. Construction is ahead of schedule there as well. In fact, we might be in the best shape of all of our projects here. We're continuing to complete the block walls necessary for the additional classrooms in the back. The door frames have just arrived on site and will be placed here in the next few weeks. Steel joists and decking is being swung into place with over the next 2 or 3 weeks as well. Just kind of summarizing the process. As we completed all our due diligence and programming throughout the 2022 spring and got the input from all the end users, we've completed that phase. We've also been working hand in hand with the Board of Education and Administration and the other key stakeholders to finalize the necessary design improvements for the bid pack 6, which is a lot of the interior work. And we are to receive those bids back from our contractor here in the next couple of weeks, and we'll be awarding those packages shortly. And then we will continue to get involved in 2023 with the bidding process for the work at Conant, Eastover, Lone Pine, Way, and some additional work at Way, which will take place in early 2023. The Series 2, this is just a quick overlook. So what is planned in 23 and 2024 through the Series 2 construction and interior renovations. These are just highlights at the Eastover Elementary will be taking place. Construction of interior renovations for Lone Pine Elementary, West Hill site. Design and construction of scope for the athletic fields at the high school and wellness center. Good news on that. We have accelerated that to try to speed up construction on that, and we're hoping to start construction on the athletic fields next summer, which would make the ball fields playable in spring of 2024. So that has been accelerated by about 6 or 8 months. Design of the PPS and transportation building. That is ongoing as well, as we've all been working and looking at East Hills for that to be our new home. And Jake and his team have met with the designers and finalized the programming for that. So we are accelerating that as well. Implementation of technology with Dave and his team will be continuing to go throughout, as well as the new furniture programming and piloting will be taking place. Even looking forward a little farther, quick overview for 2025 through 2026. We are getting into the design and construction for the International Academy, design and construction for Eastover site, the design and construction at the high school, the remaining scope that we will be looking at that time. Bowers Farm, Wing Lake, the Nature Center, Booth, Fox Hills, Lone Pine, all of those will be looked at, the demolition of Fox Hills and Lone Pine in particular. And then, of course, the implementation of technology and furniture throughout the district will be continuing through 2025 and 2026. And that pretty much completes my quarterly update for the 2020 bond program. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Dresselhouse.